Hi everyone, alongside Mike Trossel, I'm Dave Giancola, and thanks for joining us again as we take another stroll down the road to stardom. The entire golf world and beyond knows exactly who Bryson DeChambeau is now, but in 2015, he was just introducing himself and his rather unorthodox approach to the game.
David, Olympia Fields, the site of that year's U.S. Amateur, there was no shortage of high-level talent, with fellow future stars Colin Morikawa, Jon Rahm, and Scottie Scheffler among those who also competed that week. Throughout the championship, DeChambeau distinguished himself from the pack, closing out each of his first 5 matches before the 17th hole and taking control early in the afternoon portion of the 36-hole final.
Well, let's see how he took the Windy City by storm. Here are the highlights from DeChambeau's run to the 2015 U.S. Amateur title.
This just a moment ago, Bryson DeChambeau at number 3, his second shot.
You're right. You're right.
And a fantastic shot in a highlight match with Paul Dunn. Maybe a Walker Cup preview here at Olympia Fields. Off we go. And now this to win the hole, a birdie attempt for DeChambeau. And a missed opportunity as that match will remain all square.
Wind.
And as you can see, the action on the green for Dunn at the 4th, and now this for birdie to win the hole for DeChambeau. Bryson got through Maverick McNeely yesterday.
Scotty, this is a 9-iron from 150 yards, and Paul Dunn just got a great break. He hit a spectator and kept him out of the hazard back there on the left. So Bryson just needs to hit this green.
And he does. About 30 feet left and short of the hole, and
fairly deliberate or slow. And so, you know, the rules officials out here, the USGA officials, are already kind of on them. They're warning them right now, as you said, but any more slowdown, if they don't speed it up, they will be on the clock quick. The group behind them is not pushing them yet, so that could be why they're not being timed as of yet.
Well, you know, oftentimes what happens is the group behind, and we saw this yesterday, if you see a group ahead of you, the match ahead of you, playing slowly and nothing's being done about it, you may as well step it back a bit, take a little more time.
You can hear by the reaction, he got it out of there.
Thank you.
well done.
All right, don't fall in.
The breeze is just slightly out of the right here.
Come on. Go.
Well, came out like a bullet too, Scott. Beautiful shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice shot. Yeah.
So he is on in 3.
I imagine he's got to watch the speed here, Scott, doesn't he? That ball's got to get away from him down the front of the green.
Yeah, anything that gets past the hole will go pretty fast, but he's at a nice little lag here. Oh, what a putt.
What a birdie. Well, you know what they say, from the trees come birdies. So
a little poison ivy birdie for Bryson DeChambeau, and now here's Paul Dunn thinking, well, I'm just about to go one up, and he's got to make his putt to stay all square.
a little pumped up there. Great to see.
And a nice lag, as Scott said.
Just a brilliant birdie.
Every time he itches for the rest of his life, he'll know why. The par on 6.
Birdie on 6.
I'm sorry, the
Yeah,
birdie
on,
on 6.
birdie
Yeah,
on
just
6.
should have been a par.
Don't shortchange you, man. That was pretty impressive.
Well, I tell you, that's one of the best birdies I've seen. And, you know, Paul Dunn did it to him on 3 with a big par putt, and then also on 5. So Bryson just got him back there.
We'll see if Dunn can now break Bryson's heart. Flip the switch.
And this is not an easy putt. This is going to have some 4 or 5 inches of break down to the left and be extremely fast. This is one when your opponent's already in for 4, you might give a little speed and hit it through the break.
This to stay all square. What a turn of events here at the 6th.
Dunn 5, DeChambeau 4. DeChambeau is 1 up.
1 up is Bryson DeChambeau. This to win the hole, Brad, for Bryson at the 7th.
Well, Scotty, there's got to be a quick putt.
It's a quick putt and breaking to his left a little bit.
And back-to-back birdies.
It looked in the hole the second it left the face.
And Spider gave it a good old fist punch up here, too. Way to go, Spider.
That's my boy.
That is. You'll be riding him.
Yes, I will.
Second shot here at 8 for DeChambeau.
Be right, honey. Be right.
Good shot out of the fairway, but not as good as Dunn out of the bunker.
Yeah, an excellent shot to follow up. He knew that Paul had put it in there very tight. Going to win the final round here, I would say that.
Not against DeChambeau or Rahm.
Fantastic putt for birdie from DeChambeau.
This looks like cyber vision watching this guy every single time. Go back to the 8th.
And this for a halve out of the fairway bunker. And just able to sneak it in. What a battle between these two. And right now, Bryson DeChambeau.
Rough. Get that to come out like you want, and that's going to be a tough shot. Lengthy bunker shot back into the wind. That's miles ahead.
Yeah, they're going to be on the clock for quite a while here. Probably at least 3 or 4 holes before they can catch up.
David?
Well, they won't necessarily have to catch up because remember the matches were separated by 15 minutes each, and I had that Rahm match 11 minutes under their time through the 9th hole, but this group is behind their time.
A good point, David. Now for par. And there's no question in my mind that having to hurry up for DeChambeau will affect his play. He doesn't like that. That was the quickest he's hit a putt in 9 holes. And there's a putt for par to win the hole. That'll speed up play.
DeChambeau's 1 up.
Alan, it's Greg Norman here. I noticed on a couple of his swings here, does he have a tendency when he gets off that his lower body doesn't turn as much as it should be? Because it looks like it gets off his right heel, and he just made a 25-footer for a par.
I mean, I don't know if you can see this, Alan, but he just ran a par putt in and again got up and down and puts the pressure on DeChambeau to win the hole.
He's making you guys look good. You know what you're talking about.
Can you answer Greg's question about where the big swing for Paul goes haywire sometimes?
Yeah, he tends to maybe come out of his posture a little bit. You know, if he, like at the Open, he drove the ball great. If he can drive the ball well, he's hard to beat. You know, so he knows what he's doing to try and prove that, you know, I'm sure getting the ball in the fairway, if he can do that, then he can play with anyone.
Well, Alan, it's Brad Faxon, and DeChambeau had his putt for birdie that now he's left a little bit short. He's got a little 2-footer tester to have this hole. What do you know, Paul showed us what he's really made of there, getting to the final group at the British Open. The whole world knows who he is, but what propelled him there? How did he just all of a sudden get to this spot?
You know, he's always been an excellent player. You know, the Open probably exposed him to a much wider audience, but if you kind of follow his career, you know,
Now back to 11th. DeChambeau's second.
Yeah, just from 101 yards, it's just a sand wedge after a 340-yard drive. So.
I'm laughing at every shot because it's just so good. Now DeChambeau, this is for birdie to win the hole. I think he likes right to lefters.
Wow.
He's made every single one.
I think he just likes to putt.
Get him on the green.
You don't want to short self your side here.
Come on, be right. Be right. Oh, yeah. Great shot, Donald.
What a brilliant shot. He could see the ball of Paul Dunn on the front left part of the green, and now he throws it back just past. He's closed it down to down 1, but behind the green there. Go back to 12. Here's DeChambeau.
Yeah, this will be coming down the hill and breaking quite a bit to his right.
Just can't get it to stay up.
Gets it in a very similar position at the top.
Now DeChambeau, while Rahm was hitting that shot, 2 putts to win. How about 1 putt? I'm telling you, every single right to lefter. Bryson DeChambeau putting on another clinic this week. He's 4 under par at Olympia Fields.
So second shot.
He is playing a little bit back into the slope, so this ball shouldn't get away from too mad. It's a pretty good shot there.
Now 3 up in this match against Paul Dunn. To win the hole, to go 4 up. Paul Dunn will have to make his par to stay 3 down.
And Joe, we see that shirt that Bryson's wearing. It's a Cypress Point shirt, and he's a great fan of Alister McKenzie, a fabulous architect, and one of his favorite golf courses in the world is my favorite golf course, Royal Melbourne in Australia, done by Mackenzie. So he's a bit of a student of architecture as well, so it's great to hear that.
Now Paul Dunn to have the hole. He wants that first one over again. He stays 3 down.
And back into the player's face.
Come on, be right.
So a really good line. He wants to be right.
Is it me or every shot that he hits, he goes, be right?
And a must-too as well, I would say, Brad.
No, Rahm missed a short putt here. And look at that. Oh, wow. This match continues to amaze and impress in every aspect of the game. Unbelievable, too. Just like you said, Greg, had to make it with DeChambeau in there so close.
Just so clutch. And now a little bit of pressure back the other way.
Definitely, Joe. And this putt should break, if anything, just slightly to his left, but it's inside the hole, only about 4 feet coming down the hill. If he wants to give a little speed, he can play it inside the hole. If he wants to play a little softer, he can play it just on the outside.
What do you think, Greg Norman? Is this going in?
I think that if that's 4 feet, I want to buy real estate off Scott McCarron.
You think it's more than 4 feet?
I think it's more feet. More than
it's not. It's 4 feet. I was right there standing on the green.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Beautiful
I think
setup with the putter, yep. He hasn't missed one.
It's a big putt. Maintain a 3-hole lead. Not there, and DeChambeau is moving on to the semifinals tomorrow.
Mr. Dunn 4, Mr. DeChambeau 4. Mr. DeChambeau wins 4.
Well, you must admit the better player played the best one there. He played the best golf today, and,
Thank you very much.
and obviously all week too. So
Hope I wasn't too. No, you're great. You're great. Thanks, guys.
How do you feel right now? I'm so excited. This is the first time getting to the semis in any USGA event, and I'm ready to go tomorrow.
Your putter has been absolutely beautiful so far. You've putted beautifully. What's been the key?
Speed control. Although on the last hole it wasn't my best, I still got the job done and made that 5-footer.
All right, just a couple rounds left to go. In an interview last night, you said that you'd be around on Sunday. I don't know if you knew that you said it, but you said, I'll be around on Sunday.
Well, I said I'd like to be around on Sunday, and I hope that I can be on Sunday. But it's not today, and I'm not worried about tomorrow. Sunday, I'm worried about tomorrow.
You seem to be brimming with confidence right now. Moving forward, do you change anything?
Absolutely not. I'm just going to stick to my game plan and hit fairways and greens and make a couple putts.
All right, Bryson, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Holly.
At the second, the par 4 for birdie. The putter has been fantastic all week.
Another good iron. Matches him right there.
Nice friendly bounce off that front right shoulder of the bunker. Scott, just right edge.
Now this has got to be played just outside the hole, probably 2 inches.
And another one. And that's a big answer to Crocker. He's now made 2 birdies in a row.
Back to 4. Birdie putt to win the hole for DeChambeau. And Crocker still has some work to do for his par.
Yeah, this is one of those interesting situations, Joe. In match play, do you lag it down there thinking your partner's got a 10-footer? Or do you try and make it? And I think Bryson always tries to make him. He's a beautiful putter with a golf ball.
And Joe, this is a very similar putt to what Sean just faced on number 3. Just from about 8 or 9 feet, should break about 4 inches to his left. And that first putt was so slow coming back up this hill.
Do it right away. And that putt is conceded by Crocker, and that means that DeChambeau is now 2 up on REM on a Saturday. Golf REM, good combo.
Putt down the hill for Crocker. Wow. That'll intimidate your opponent.
Kind of a la what he did on 18 yesterday, where he big left to right breaking putt, and he walked to see the final 10 feet. And
if you would have dropped it just 2 club lengths where it entered. This is into the left tree. He's not cutting enough.
Greg, you wonder if that's the way this thinking man, this physics major at SMU.
he actually laid the club down perfectly for the 72 degrees. We'll watch.
Caught the branch.
So Joe, what he's doing is getting the club sitting perfectly on the ground and get the 72 degrees up, and he used.
Fifth shot for DeChambeau. Got to make it. Gave it a try. But right now it's Crocker in position to square the match. Crocker's got that little birdie putt. You can see his mark right there. So barring something ridiculous, this match will be all square going to 7. So 2 putts to win the hole for Crocker. Crocker trying to go birdie.
Greg, this is one of those putts that all you got to do is just lag it down there. You just going to lag this putt, Greg, or are you going to try to make that?
Well, a lag would be trying to make anyway, because it's downhill, left to right, so you wouldn't be trying to putt this aggressive, irrespective of whether it's stroke play or not.
I think he knows only one speed anyway.
DeChambeau 6.
He's
Mr.
pulling
Crocker
out
4.
a 3-wood
Match
on
is
the
all
par
square.
5.
And hook it. Very difficult shot. This green runs away from you, so you have to land it probably about 20, 30 yards short of the green over that front bunker.
Derek. Oh, there you go.
The best play here is about 4 or 5 feet short of the hole.
Absolutely, Greg. Wonderful touch here.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely. There you can see he took that putter face back a little shot there, Brad, and that's pulling it. Wasn't one of his best strokes.
It's funny to watch him around the putting green this morning. He had his earphones in, listening to, Scotty mentioned some sort of rap music group I'd never heard of before, which isn't saying much, but he was just slapping the ball around like it was a round at college. And DeChambeau had tees out there, putting through marbles, hitting at a specific distance, measuring the distance the putter had went back and through. Totally different styles.
Yeah, I watched him on the driving range. Same thing with the rap music going. He's doing his little dance in between shots, going back, he's pulling a new club out of the bag.
Greg, I'm glad they didn't show your dance there on camera.
Oh, come on. It was pretty good, man.
This to win the hole. And to go one up. How strong has DeChambeau been during match play? He's only trailed 2
Mr. Crocker
holes
5.
all week.
Mr. DeChambeau 1 up.
Crocker now has trailed 20 holes this week. DeChambeau up 1 through 8. We've seen some sloppy golf at times here today. You wonder if the nerves are setting in. We'll give you some of the highlights. We've also seen some good. Bryson DeChambeau, second hole for birdie to win the hole. Able to roll that in. He goes 1 up. Then it was the 18-year-old's turn. This at the 4th for par, 1 down. Can't get it to go. Knew it right away. DeChambeau goes 2 up after he would concede that putt to Bryson. But now Crocker at the 5th. This for birdie and some momentum. And now 1 down. Bryson DeChambeau on the par 5 6th. His 4th shot was 1 up. After hitting the tree branch, kicking into the hazard, he was in trouble right away. And now the 4th shot. And he catches the tree branch and comes up well short.
Shot up.
So now Crocker was in the bunker in 2 and showed just how good he is out of the bunker. He would go on to make birdie, back-to-back birdies. And now here's Crocker at 8. Match all square, loses it right. Into the hazard, not into the water. DeChambeau, his 3rd shot from right in front. Can't do it any better. That putt was conceded, and DeChambeau back to 1 up. And now his 3rd shot here at 9.
Pretty straightforward bunker shot here. And good touch. Bryson DeChambeau is a disciple of Homer Kelly's golfing machine, but he
to 13.
DeChambeau's drive here, aggressive. First match he hit it out of bounds here. Seems like months ago now, and in his mind he never did it. Quickly picking up the tee there. Perfect drive. But you see that ball rolling back down that slope. Now this will create a little bit more difficult shot. Might only see the top of the flag from the 9-iron close to the last hole.
Very aggressive bottom of the swing there.
Would have been good for yesterday's hole location. No gimme 2-putt here.
No, this is about 60 feet coming back up the hill.
Come on.
Well, little chicken left on that bone.
That's certainly not in gimme range.
Quick to pick up the coin.
The lead is 3.
Joe back up into the hill, into the green a little bit. You can see he's got a bit of a backstop there. He's not going to use it. He's just going to flop this out and just land it on him. He's put it about 18 inches and say thank you.
He's been so good around the greens, on the greens, putting. That's why he is pointed toward the championship match as well. And that putt is picked up.
Scotty's down there.
Yeah, Bryson from 125 yards is a gap wedge. Brad, I think he's got to take this just past this hole and try to spin it back a little bit.
Come on, Win. People watching notice how close he stands to the ball. 72-degree line. He's so upright. Like Scott said, that's really all he had to do is just hit a little past the hole, get it on the green, and make Crocker make birdie.
There is a pulse, a heartbeat for Sean Crocker, but it is faint. He has to win out as he tees it up here at 15.
Well, the one thing he has showed us he's not afraid to attack Joe. And Scott, there's no way this won't be going right at the flag.
Well, he's got to take it right at the flag, but you know he's gets pretty steep with some of these wedges and puts a lot of spin on it, so he's gonna have to carry it at least 5 paces past this hole location and bring it back. Anything short will almost come off the green.
It's almost like he has to draw this ball in there to somehow get it close to the right hole location, which is hard to do.
Good motion through the ball, stay down and through it. On the line there, just what Scott McCarron was talking about. Backspin.
We see it so common in the young, strong players. The controlling of their distance with their short clubs is the hardest thing that they have because of the speed through the ball with the lofted clubs.
Gotta make.
That's about 40 feet coming back up the hill. Should break, if anything, just slightly to his left. He's made a lot of big putts early in the round. See if he can do it again.
Never really had a chance, and he's got to make Bryson at least 2-putt from here.
Talk about DeChambeau and the precision. He's analytical, methodical, but he's also showed an ability here this week to adapt and improvise. And that combination is what is most likely going to thrust him into the championship match here tomorrow. He's impressive.
Yeah, what's really impressed me the most is the way he's controlled his body speed. You know, he can actually controlling the distance of his shot. You've seen him swing some very smooth tee shots. He's controlled his 9-irons, and he's really gone after 9-iron hard at the bottom. So his body control of rotation for distance control has been absolutely phenomenal to see.
Greg, for kind of a nerdy scientist sort of kid, he's really got a great demeanor, fun to talk to.
Still has some work here to stamp his ticket for 36 holes tomorrow.
Here's that kid in the back line in the bunker there. He says, okay, I like the sun. I'm chilling out. Okay.
You know what? There's got to be some great nerves going through DeChambeau right now. The tingling, knowing this putt's to get to the finals, to get to the Masters, move way up in those Wagger rankings. Crocker's not on the green again.
This to win the match. And we know what's in store for us tomorrow. A match of Bryson DeChambeau and Derek Bard.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Great job. Scott, it's a pleasure. Thanks, man. Nice playing today. Thanks. See you tomorrow. Yes.
All right, thanks, Joe. Here with Bryson DeChambeau, right off the golf course. Amazing day again today. Your short game carried you around. Talk to me about the round today.
It was unbelievable. I was hitting it all over the place, but lucky enough to hit it on a couple greens, make a few putts on top of him, like number 3, I believe, as well as another one, I can't remember, but made a couple on top of him to keep the momentum going my way and was lucky enough to get it done.
You have 36 holes tomorrow, maybe less than 36 holes. When you start thinking about holding that trophy, how do you bring yourself back to the present?
It's tough too, honestly, but all I'm going to do tomorrow is focus on my game, try and play my best golf, just like I have this whole week, and at the end of the day, whatever happens, happens. I can't worry about the future, but only what's happening right now.
And I'm sure that you're well aware, by earning a spot in the finals, you also earned yourself a spot to play at Augusta National and the Masters next spring. How excited are you?
Words can't describe how ecstatic I am. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to get there, and to be able to have that opportunity, hopefully, is unbelievable. So I'm pretty stoked right now.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Bryson. Enjoy the rest of the day and prepare for tomorrow. Joe?
Through the first 18 holes and some of the highlights. Derek Bard, Bryson DeChambeau, and a nice handshake before they begin. DeChambeau now, second hole for birdie to win. At the moment, 1 up. And now 2 up after 2. That's as good as you can start in match play. Bard, third hole, third shot, 2 down at the moment.
Great motion through the sand there. Just knocks it up there nice and close.
It's the voice of the Hall of Famer, Greg Norman. Brad Faxon alongside as well.
Yeah. This is where Derek Bard really started to pick up his good play while it was raining.
That was at 6. His third shot was all square. He birdied 5, birdied 6, and now here at 8. 2 down is DeChambeau, who's able to chip it in, and now just 1 down.
Absolutely perfect. I'm standing right there. It was a great lie. Absolutely a perfect lie. And I was right beside him right here, too. And he just hit a perfect. And mind you, the rain for the last hour and a half really helped those shots. It made it be a lot easier.
DeChambeau would win that hole. That was the previous hole to go 1 up, and now all square at 14. This great approach shot. He would knock that in to go 1 up. Now at 15, his tee shot.
Yeah, and I was standing right beside him here. He just hit this most magnificent 3-iron, just almost hits the top of the flagstick. If you really watch this, it comes down almost up to just absolutely perfect.
He wins the hole to go 2 up. Now at 16 for par to win the hole. Weather's been so good all week, and it started to get hot later in the round, but now 18, and look at this reversal of fortune. Derek Bard out of the 10th fairway, having to knock it back to the 18th hole, and that's his position in 2. So DeChambeau is in a spot where he has the opportunity to go 4 up.
Gets a wicked lie here. The ball just nestles down deep in that bluegrass.
Now trying to flop it up to get up and down, and cannot reach the green. So DeChambeau chips it to here. He has this for bogey, and he would leave it short. He makes double bogey. So here's Derek Bard thinking that he's going to finish the first 18 down 4. He makes bogey, and all of a sudden he's down just 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess Bryson's got to regroup with himself going into lunch today. He's going to be really irritated. You can see there he's a little jumpy right now. He's got to remember to come back and shake hands. So big turnaround right there. He seemed like he was fine. He looked like he was, now that I think of it, looked like he was limping a little bit, but you know, I would never have thought he could not go this afternoon.
And that puts more pressure on Bryson. He can't rely as much
Ladies and gentlemen,
as he can on Mike.
This is the continuation of the 36-hole championship match of the 115th U.S. Amateur Championship, conducted by the United States Golf Association and hosted by Olympia Fields Country Club. First, please welcome the players from New Hartford, New York, Derek Bard. And from Clovis, California, Bryson DeChambeau. The referees walking with this match are Tom O'Toole Jr., President of the United States Golf Association, Diana Murphy, Vice President and Chairman of the Championship Committee, and Ben Kimball, Championship Director. The forward observer of the match is Skip Gist, Vice President of the United States Golf Association. At the conclusion of the first 18 holes, Mr. DeChambeau is 2 up. Mr. Bard has the honor. Play away, please. Good luck, Derek.
Derek Bard came from behind in 4 of his 5 matches this week to win. It was not the case yesterday when he took care of Kenta Konishi, winning on the 16th hole.
Pretty hard not to look down and see the crown jewel sitting right there to the right.
A rather subtle reminder of what's on the line. So after that delay, launch, the long announcement, blocking it right is Derek Bard here in the par 5 first hole.
And exactly what he did this morning, Joe. He whipped this one to the right in the first round, and Bryson DeChambeau birdied the first 2 holes. He hit a 350-yard plus drive right down the center of this fairway.
Yeah, but it's a tough tee shot this afternoon. That wind's pretty much hard left to right, isn't it, Scott McCarron?
Yeah, it's blowing pretty good, Greg, but not as much as it's been all week. But it is blowing just a little bit left to right.
That might be out of bounds.
Well, that's an inauspicious start for both players, especially Bryson.
Run, Scott McCarron, run.
Is it provisional?
Hopefully we'll find out from Scott as to whether that's out of bounds or not before we take a break. Break is headed your way.
Well, Joe, the only other hole where he hit it out of bounds we saw in these matches so far was the 13th hole, which again has a boundary on the left side. So this may be an intimidating tee shot for Bryson.
Maybe it was a little unsettling not having his caddy Mike there and his coach.
Well, I think it's his double bogey finish. He was so upset. He kept talking about that afterwards, as Holly Saunders noted.
Maybe I'll get plenty of club on the ball.
Get away! All right! Get away!
Anyway, if it had been a statement that would leave his opponent to believe that he had conceded the hole, that would have been a whole different matter. But he was saying, "I'll forget about it," in terms of finding the original.
Well, if there was a mental flip at the end of the first 18, Bryson DeChambeau could flip it back the other way here after that long search, able to knock it out and find the fairway out of the woods here on the left side of 1.
And this isn't the first time he's had stress on this hole. If you remember when he started his qualifying, he was late to the tee. He showed up at a time that he thought was his original time. He had been told by the USGA. Not sure exactly that he had to be on the tee, and he was late.
You like 3-wood all the way up there?
Here he is coming out of the trees.
He's back.
Voila.
That might break the ice a little bit for him.
Well, he's taking that hat off in frustration. And
the flags too. We want to go with the left center here. Absolutely. Especially with that wind coming. What line you like here? One of those 3 in the blue in the back on the mound? Yep. Okay. Good swing.
Working with Butch Price on his bag, his buddy.
Well, he's a former teammate with his, Joe, at SMU, and played in the men's 4-ball earlier this year that we televised at the Olympic Club.
Beauty. Very nice.
What a shot that was. So there he is in 3 at this par 5. Can't convert the par putt. So 2 putts to win the hole for Derek Bard to get to 1 down.
And Joe, 2 6s in a row, finishing with double bogey on 18. Now a 6 on the par 5 first.
Right.
Time to gather himself. He could have carried his own bag, by the way, like he did in the NCAAs. He became the individual men's champion.
That's what he needs to do right there, Joe. A couple of really deep breaths. Gather himself. Plenty of time. Still going to be one up. He's got 2 putts.
Yeah, these 2 putts, just 2 putts to win the hole. Uphill should be simple to do.
One down is Derek Bard.
Hole 19.
22
Bard
minutes to
5.
play.
DeChambeau 6. Mr. DeChambeau is 1 up.
That was a beautiful putt.
Wonder if there's any question as to who's away.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Joe. Looks like Bard's still away.
It's close. And it is Bard.
This is exactly what Bryson needed. Just that few minutes longer just to settle himself down, and especially after hitting a beautiful pitch shot like he has just done.
Derek, just coming straight back up the hill, Greg. Really not much in this putt.
I was just going to ask both of you, what did you guys do when you got a little bit good putt, a little bit out of sorts, and your rhythm was done? How did you guys calm yourself down for that nanosecond or that moment of time you had, just like Bryson's had for the last couple of minutes?
I'll go first, Scott, and just say, I think Greg mentioned it too. You got to take some deep breaths. We saw Bryson do that. You got to I would walk slower than faster. Talk to somebody, just try and forget about it.
What, you talk to somebody? Yeah, well done.
2 up now is DeChambeau.
From 155, Brad. It's just an 8-iron. He's going to start on the right-hand side of the green.
Come on.
This brings. That's a very good line.
Another good iron. He's just been displaying unbelievable touch. Big man.
48 degrees. No, 38 degrees.
Misread.
Conceded the 2+ for DeChambeau for par, or his par,
Hole
or his
21.
win. That was a
Mr. Bard
birdie putt he
5.
had, but
Mr. DeChambeau 3. Mr. DeChambeau is 3 up.
Bryson has a gap ledge from 131. And the breeze is down, but is a little bit out of his right.
Stay in the air. Stay in the air. Stay in the air.
Beautiful shot, spinning it back. Good distance control again.
Craig, every iron shot he's hit, even including the first hole where he was out of play, really have been right at the flag. This US Amateur would be the most prestigious by far. That's a great looking putt. There's so many big events like that Susquehanna Amateur, the Northeast Amateur, the Western Amateur, the PAC Pacific Amateur. There's so many. It's too hard to tell.
So they could play 20, 23,
they could play
24?
every week without a doubt.
What do you see here?
And plus they're, obviously they're college events which they play all year long. And they gain ratings from all of those rankings.
Big chance here now for Bryson.
Got a good look at that putt from Derek Bard.
I like your good short that straight. I like that. You're a little farther right.
Just to win the hole to go 4 up.
I like that.
Scott,
Joe,
more straight. Sorry, Scott, go more straight uphill.
This putt should be uphill and breaking, if anything, just slightly to his left. It's sitting on kind of a little bit of a crown. The breeze will try to push it right, but I still think it's just a right center putt as we watch Derek's come up. It was just trying to turn left ever so slightly.
Been so good all week with that torque balanced putter.
Hole 22.
Bard 3, DeChambeau 2. Mr. DeChambeau is 4 up.
So on to the 5th hole.
Has to be Bryson has 155 yards. It's going to be a 9-iron. This is going to have to be a pretty good 9-iron. He does have a little bit of a flyer lie though, Brad. Just aiming a little bit left and let the wind take it down to the right.
And he said, Scott, that might help him on this shot.
Wait, down.
Yeah, and just past pin high inside of Bard's.
That was good. They caught my club and pulled it just a bit.
Well, Scott, maybe like you said, this wind that's come up, and it's visible now from us behind us, the tower where we are, trying out the greens.
Like a little less? I'd rather air higher. Absolutely.
You know, Bryson has a shorter putt, but it's going to be breaking probably over 2 feet. It'll have more break than Derek's putt did. And he can actually play it back up into the hill a little bit before they'll curl down to the right. And Brad, I would think because of this breeze, the greens are probably about the same speed this afternoon as they would have been this morning. Normally these greens slow down approximately 8 inches from morning to afternoon.
Yeah, that's good comment, Scott. These greens have been upwards to 13 on the stint meter.
Yes,
very fast.
And looking by the way Bryson's lining it up with that line on his ball, it looks like it's more like 4 feet.
Well, if you're on a clock right now, and if 6 o'clock is the straight putt, he's right at 9 o'clock, so this will be breaking quite a bit.
Oh, look how far left he is. Just off of this pace, but a good line. A little tester for Bard for par to tie this hole and to remain 4 down.
Well, he got a good look at it as it went by, so it should be maybe just a inside right putt. It's breaking slightly to his left.
I'd say this is a big putt, Scott, right now.
Greg, I think this is a huge putt. He's got to stay in this match. You don't want to get Bryson to get too far ahead.
Good effort there.
Hole 23, the hole is halved with 4s. Mr. DeChambeau remains 4 up.
Another hole that has been friendly to Bryson for his tee shot. Looked like he heaved that one back on line, Brad.
Looked like he lost that way to the right, Greg, but it's not bad now.
And Bard hit it right here this morning.
This ball's headed well left into the trees. I think he had a little pressure on that. The Bryson just ripped it right down the right center of the fairway.
In his game.
Even asking what club to hit from this distance.
Boy, he's dialed in now.
Yeah, you can hear the confidence in his voice.
You know, Greg, we were talking about ways you can regroup yourself from that bad start he had on the first hole. I think having conversation, and having conversation right now with Brooks Price has really made a difference, and they haven't stopped the whole time. And I think even more so than he had this morning, it's really relaxed him, and good positive conversation as well. And on the opposite end, a lot less with Derek Bard.
Brad, the one thing with that shot from Bryson, though, he wanted to leave that short of the hole. He's going to be coming straight downhill. And will break a little bit to the right. So kind of a difficult putt for his birdie.
Had a little bit more trouble with those left to right breaking putts. Talking about DeChambeau right now, Bard's got to get this up and down.
So he doesn't have to worry about making it for birdie.
4 down is Derek Bard.
Yeah, very similar bunker shot to the one that he had on number 3.
Perfection. How good was that?
Nice and crisp.
And very similar to the bunker shot he had on number 3 in length.
Now Bryson's got a speedy downhiller for a birdie.
So this will be for birdie to win the hole to go to 5 up. This for Bryson DeChambeau, 4th time in the U.S. Amateur. A round of 16 is the farthest and the deepest he's gone into it. That was last year. Here he is in the final. 4 up, a chance to make it 5.
And Joe, I just walked right behind Bryson, and this putt actually is going to break a little bit to his left, so it's not going to be that left to righter that he's missed so many times already today. So he could probably play this just on the outside right edge, or maybe an inch outside. So it would be very speedy.
Scott, why do you think players, right-handed players, seem to have so much trouble with left to right putts? Greg, I mean, did you have a favorite?
I did, and believe it or not, my favorite putt was the left to right putt.
And did you do something differently? Did you think about it as a left to right putt? Did you just try and putt it straight?
No, I just like the look. I like the idea when I looked up, I could see the hole down below my eyes. Instead of it's a big right to left putt, you've got to kind of turn your head a little bit to see where the hole is. So from my peripheral vision standpoint, I like to be able to look up and just glance down and I see the entire hole.
Oh, that's good. How about you, Scott?
I actually liked right to left. I never really looked at the hole. I just looked at the spot that I was putting at, so I didn't have to turn my head.
This to win the hole.
Well, wherever he looked perfectly.
And now 5 up as they go to 7. Hole 25.
Hole 24. Mr. Bard 5. Mr. DeChambeau 4. Mr. DeChambeau is 5 up.
5 up and rolling.
Spectacular.
I'll give you some examples.
It's a 7-iron that's headed down the left-hand side. I'll catch that left bunker.
The World Amateur team was started in 1958. Bob Jones was the first captain of that team. Players like Nicklaus, Mickelson, Woods, Colin Montgomery, Jose Maria Olazaba, Sergio, Luke Donald, Martin Keimer, Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, Vijay Singh. Seemingly a who's who of golf have played in this competition. It's a stroke play event. Used to involve 4 males. Now it's 3. But it is not well known in the world of golf. But frankly, it should be. It's in the sense it was the Olympics of golf before golf got into the Olympic Games.
Now par.
And it's an 8-iron, Brad. The wind is starting to catch a little bit, moving it over to the right. Is it enough?
No. Bryson DeChambeau's bunker shot here on the par 3 7th.
And Brad just coming a little bit downwind. This is one you want to land about 10 paces on and let it just work back to the hole location.
He's been magic all week out of the sand. How fast these greens are getting. They're drying out.
Perfect.
just kind of skipped on you.
Sam McKenzie is the director of grounds. Drew Paxton, the superintendent. Ryan Morrison is the director of golf here. Head pro Doug Farrell. And the membership at Olympia Fields, they have to be thrilled with the condition of this golf course. It has been pristine and has really shown well here for this U.S. Amateur.
Without a doubt, Joe, the players unanimously praising the greens, saying these are the best conditioned greens they've putted on anywhere. Bard with a relatively simple looking bunker shot.
Yeah, it's just coming back into the wind too. And interesting in this bunker that Derek's in, on the left-hand side of the bunker where his ball hit, there is a really bad rake job, and that was Bryson from earlier in the day. So maybe that's why Mike's not on the bad canyon.
He got fired for not raking the bunker. I don't think that's the case.
This is almost holeable, isn't it, Scott?
Oh, absolutely. Just right back into the wind and going back uphill.
But 3 might win here. 2 good bunker shots in a row. He's getting too much practice out of the sand. He needs to keep it out of there and get it closer to the green so we can have birdies closer to the hole. Good par for Derek.
You want to keep this in mind, you can. Philip Barbary came back from 5 down with 8 to play to beat Andrew Orishak in 37 holes and win the 2015 U.S. Junior Amateur last month. Tiger trailed Trip Keeney by 6 after 13 holes in the 94 final. Came back to win 2 up. So crazier things have happened, but for Derek Bard, something has to happen. You get the feeling right here, right now.
Yeah, sometimes it's a really good feeling when you get the honor, even though you might be 4 down. To get the honor, you can actually control the pace of how the next hole is being played.
And after this hole, the golf course stiffens up with a lot of lengthy par 4s in a row. It's right when Bryson DeChambeau had his driver on go, so he makes this putt. He's in the driver's seat for sure.
And Brad, I watched Bryson walk around these for the last 3 days, and he really goes to the straight putt first and then realizes where he is on like a clock method. So this is on about 5 o'clock. If the straight putt was 6, so this should break about 6 inches to his left, just coming back up the hill.
Yeah, Scott, and he bogeyed this hole this morning too, so didn't have good memories for him right now.
So many rights and lefters. Can he do it again?
Stay up. Stay up.
I guess he can. That's incredible. Well, that ball rolled right down the line on the top of his ball, didn't it?
And center cut.
Hole 25 is held
Beautiful
with
speed
3s.
and read.
Mr. DeChambeau remains 5
He knows
up.
it too.
And that's some positive emotion coming out of DeChambeau. What a change from the first. Take a look at this stroke there. And that's acceleration through the ball.
So Bard does not have the honor at 8. A hole where both of these competitors have good memories.
He's going to have to stripe this down the middle. And it's headed left into that bunker. I don't know if it'll get there or not.
That's not bad. That's better than the other alternative.
Into the bunker.
Interesting. He says that's not bad. It's better than, you know, the alternative. They're finding ways to find something good about every shot, even when it goes in the rough.
Brad, I don't know. If you're 5 up, I think you just got to hit some fairways here and definitely take that bunker out of play. But it looked like it might have just trickled in the bunker, so he should have a fairly clean shot out of there, but it could have gone up against the lip with driver, and 3-wood would have no way of getting to that lip.
Well, and 3-wood is what Derek Bard has in his hand right now, Scott.
Yeah, I think that's a good play here after his opponent's in the bunker.
Hangs his head.
Yeah, this is headed right, guys.
There's a water hazard over there.
Good eyes.
And he's looking for some help. We're told it's in the water. And already 5 down is Derek Bard. Bryson DeChambeau rolling.
He's hit it solid just out to the right just a little bit.
Just on the front edge, Scott.
Right through the field goals, or is that too far right?
Too far right. I'm gonna hit it right at it because it's gonna get over the trees.
Okay.
Now DeChambeau.
You can hit it.
And Bryson's going to hit pitching wedge. You heard him say he's just going to go right over that tree.
Stay in the air. Stay in the air.
Just right at it.
Solid contact.
Good birdie look for DeChambeau, who's all smiles now. And why not?
Thank you.
You know, Greg, you think back to Jack Nicklaus when he first got onto the tour. He was the first guy to start using yardage books. DeChambeau's got a lot of things that people might end up copying if he turns into a great player.
I thought it was interesting, guys, that he really wants to be somebody that changes the game. His quote was, "I hope that I can honestly revolutionize the game of golf in a unique way, in a way that tells everybody, do it your own way," kind of like Arnold Palmer says, swing your own swing.
Well, yeah, you know, I was just thinking, you know, he's got this unusual set of equipment. Players are going to watch him. They're going to see him. And look at this. Here's his arcs. This is a swing arc, you know, where he puts this swing arc up so upright, and he just traces his shaft against the arc on forward swing as well, which is really difficult to do. Most times when you see players use that, it's in a much flatter plane than that. But I think that's what he's talking about. If he's going to change the game, are people going to all use same length irons? They're going to all use 72-degree lie shafts. And Greg, you saw them.
Oh, here they are right now. I mean, they're all, as you say, 72-degree lie, and they're all the same length, 6-iron shaft length. And you know, it just, to him, it just simplifies his motion. And before, when he had a regular set of golf clubs and he swung the golf club differently, Brad, he used to have a lot of aches and pains. And now he's eliminated all those aches and pains. And I think you're right. I think he'll make a lot of people sit back and look at this, because especially when he gets out there and if he decides to go pro and he starts doing very well, because at the end of the day, the whole art of golf and playing golf well is to simplify it, to keep it simple, stupid. And just because he's different today doesn't mean to say he's wrong. So at the end of the day, you got to have some compelling thoughts there.
Well, and he also has unyielding belief in what he's doing is correct. You know, whether it's so different than the norm, he totally believes in what he's doing.
Absolutely. And look what he does with his golf ball. He puts it in Epsom salt and water, and he finds the gravity of the golf ball.
Well, he floats the ball.
Floats the ball, yeah, and lets where the heaviest part of the ball is going to go down to the bottom as it floats in there. And now he knows. So this guy is a student, obviously a physics major. He's very cerebral, as we've said. But at the end of the day, I remember way back when we used to have a ring we used to have in our bag to test the roundness of the golf ball.
Well,
right,
the consistency wasn't there, was it?
Exactly right. So and here it is. The consistency maybe is not there with the golf ball even today.
Now Bard for par.
And Brad, this putt's going to be breaking quite a bit to his right. As soon as it starts losing speed going back up the hill, it'll really tail off to the right, to the back towards this green. Tough putt to make for Paul Brown.
Yeah, I gotta believe, Scott, if he misses this, he's just going to concede the 2-putt again, like he did back on the 3rd. Maybe they play in a team championship. Bard can putt all the left to righters, and DeChambeau can putt all the right to lefters.
Well, maybe that's the spark he needs.
That spark could be snuffed out if DeChambeau can knock in this putt for a birdie to go 6 up.
And Bryson's got a putt here that also is going to break quite a bit to his right. At least 1.5 to 2 feet. And you see Bryson actually steps off almost all his putts. That's something I do on all my putts and chips. Every step's 3 feet, so I know exactly how far each putt is.
And do you use that so you just kind of remember a length of the putt and a length of a backstroke?
Yeah, it just kind of puts that in your subconscious mind of how hard to hit it. You know, my mind knows how far 20 feet is, how far 30 feet is to stroke the putt. So that's something I learned from Phil Rogers back when I was about 10 years old with a chipping lesson and putting.
Well, Phil Rogers
stepped off everything.
Phil Rogers is one of the great instructors now and great player of his time also, but he gave Jack Nicklaus chipping lessons back in 1978 and helped Jack propel him on to win some more majors.
And that was about the same time I actually went to him. It was 1978, 79, and learned so much from him, and I still use it today.
A lot of stuff going on there, Craig.
Yeah, that certainly is.
Roll, honey. Roll, honey. It just works. 6 up. Making everything. And continuing to dominate. There's winning a championship. And then there's this. He has trailed only 6 holes in match play this entire week.
And the further back you put that ball and the more you close the face, the less bounce you have, especially the handle leading so far forward.
And Derek really hasn't taken much time at all on this putt.
Now a putt to go 7 up for DeChambeau. If you're wondering what the largest margin of victory in a U.S. Amateur Championship match would be, 12-11. Charles McDonald defeated Charles Sand in 1895, the first ever sanctioned U.S. Amateur.
Was it on Fox back then?
It was not.
It wasn't. No.
Well, it was at Newport Country Club.
It was on Fox Sports 1.
Newport Country Club hosted that simultaneously, U.S. Open and U.S. Amateur in the same year. And
were you the standard bearer that week?
One of the 5 original clubs, including Chicago Golf Club.
Well, the U.S. Open was an afterthought.
That's right.
It went there for the U.S. Amateur, and the U.S. Open was played the next day. Not days, the next day.
And they didn't let the pros in the locker room back then, did they?
Well, that took a long time, but the winner won $150.
7 up.
DeChambeau.
As they make their way to number 10, Bryson DeChambeau.
And that's pretty much where he is aiming right now.
Yeah, I was out here walking these holes this morning and watching the putt, and it's a very quick putt down there. And smart play though, Scott. He got it beyond that little ridge in front of the hole. Oh my gosh, stop the presses, he missed the putt.
Yeah, it was a right to lefter. I thought he'd make that.
Yeah, exactly.
He just gave it to him. Derek Bard
Mr. Bard 5, Mr. DeChambeau 4, Mr. DeChambeau 8 up and Dormy.
So there you have it. 8 up, 8 to go. Dormy is DeChambeau.
Almost in exactly the same place, maybe a little closer.
You were down there, weren't you?
Yes, I was. Well played.
We'd really like to see Derek Bard make this birdie putt.
Give him something to feel good about here, as the frustration I'm sure has been mounting. If he doesn't make this putt, what's left for Bryson DeChambeau here, as he's looking at it, he'll have that to win the championship.
Not much break here, I imagine, Scott.
No, not much in this, Brad. Just kind of coming back slightly uphill, but really not much to it.
And this is a great sign, really. Grinding it out, making sure his line is perfect on the ball. You know he's going to try and make it. Sense of pride.
Tells you something about Derek Bard.
It certainly does.
What can you say but good putt? Conceded now. DeChambeau to win the final match.
And become the 115th U.S. Amateur Champion. The best amateur golfers this country and beyond has to offer here in 2015, and DeChambeau has run through everybody in his path.
And Joe, I think going through this routine, he's been so precise and so consistent with this, with both his caddies and all week long. I think it helps him to take the pressure off the moment too. He's just getting into this process that he's done so consistently well. I'd be surprised if he missed.
Scott, this is not outside the hole, is it?
Greg is probably just on the top right edge.
Very square setup.
Well, this for the U.S. Amateur Championship.
Can't get it to go. And now 7 up. And the match will continue to 12.
Mr. Bard 4, Mr. DeChambeau 5, Mr. DeChambeau 7 up and Dormy.
And Joe, this is just going to be a pitching wedge. So he's just trying to carry it over that bunker downwind on the front of the green.
Seen a lot of flyers out of this rough.
Perfect, right in the middle of the green.
Just like you said, Craig, and this right rough is been tough all week, but Bard's muscled some shots out of there. His lie looks good.
Yeah, Brad, his lie is actually really good, but he's got a tough angle, like Greg said, and the wind is actually out of the right and down, so it makes it even that much harder. And this is also going to be a pitching wedge.
So that heavy right rough, the cart traffic is actually going with it, so he's got a decent lie, but needs to put this close.
And this morning he blew it out the back of the green.
Good shot. But in all likelihood going to have to make that. Saw the route to this championship match through Solomon, Neesmith, McNeely, a tremendous player, beat him 3-2 in the round of 16. Paul Dunn, the young Irishman, Sean Crocker yesterday 4-3. And there is the caddy and coach for Bryson DeChambeau on the left. That's Mike Shy. So he's back dealing with plantar fasciitis. That's the report we're getting as to why he's not on the bag for this second 18, and maybe just a second 12. It could end right now.
He got it!
He just burns the edge. An early call from the gallery that he got it. But now Derek Bard with a tricky putt and a must make. The rest of that's good.
He was ready to give it the old big fist bump, wasn't he?
He wasn't the only one thought he got it. Mom's going to have a heart attack.
John and Janet.
Great effort.
Great putt. That torque balance putter, we haven't talked a lot about that today, but it's something we've talked about this week. And what a combination that's been for Bryson DeChambeau. His hands and a torque balance putter.
With another thick grip on it. And Greg, you learned more about that putter than I could explain, but hold the putter up and the toe actually hangs up rather than hangs down.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He likes to have the toe open up just a little bit, like a lot of us like to do, and he likes this toe to open up. But he also knows that the putter faces a square the entire time.
This to extend the match. A birdie putt for Derek Bard.
He doesn't want to be in any of those record books we just showed. He'd like to make this and play some more golf. And ironically, DeChambeau won his first match on this hole. He beat Robbie Solomon 8-6 in round 1.
Birdie. Cannot. And Bryson DeChambeau is the U.S. Amateur Champion. What a display of golf all week.
You still have a good chance, man. All right, great job. We're both going to the Masters.
They are both going to the Masters. And a nice moment between those two. That's what golf's all about. A hug from Brooks Price. I'm sure one will be coming from Mike Shy, his parents, his brother. And a handshake from Tom O'Toole. Congratulations to Bryson DeChambeau.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Mrs. Murphy, thank you so much. Yes, it's a pleasure.
The California kid who got to SMU.
U.S. Amateur winner for the U.S. Amateurs.
That is so cool.
Hard work, brother. I love you, man. The hard work. I love you, Garrett. Thanks, Dad, for everything.
And Dad.
No problem. Good job. Way to I did it. So proud of you. You do it. I know. Thank you. Always believe.
Interesting to see where this victory puts him in the world golf rankings now.
And please join me in welcoming the 115th United States Amateur Champion, Bryson DeChambeau. Just hang there. Bryson, I'm honored to present to you two distinguished awards. First, the United States Amateur Championship Gold Medal, presented to every United States Amateur Champion since 1895. And second, and certainly more identifiable, I present to you the Havemar Trophy, the time-honored emblem of our United States Amateur Championship. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Fox Sports, Holly Saunders.
Bryce, amazing week. You started out the final 18 from the trees, but you ended up on top, as you always do. What is it like to hold that trophy?
It's an incredible honor. I've never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be able to win this championship, and with all the dedication and hard work that I've put into making this possible, it's finally realized, and I'm so excited and so honored to be everybody's champion, U.S. Amateur champion.
That's right. I spoke to your mother and your brother on the last hole, and they summed up this year, this 2015, as surreal. Do you agree with this?
Absolutely. Starting out with the NCAA win and then going and playing in a couple tour events with the big boys out there, it was an incredible experience. And then to top it off with the epitome of amateur golf is pretty incredible.
From the beginning, people have doubted you and the way that you've gone about it, and you've played your game. You're unconventional and you're unapologetic about it. Where have you learned this belief in yourself?
Honestly, from God. He's helped me understand that golf isn't the most important thing in my life, and if I'm able to do my best for him, that's all I can do. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 U.S. Amateur champion, Bryson DeChambeau. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Ollie.